Hello and welcome to AEW TEW 2020, and in this series we will be booking All Elite Wrestling. Now if you're not sure what TEW is, it is Total Extreme Wrestling. It is essentially Football Manager for wrestling. So I have all of my my roster here. Go down, they have all the people, and I just book them. We book the shows, we book the weekly shows, we book the pay-per-views, and we see how it goes from there. If you want to see more of this series, of course, give us a subscribe, not a subscribe, can't speak. A like and a comment would be absolutely amazing to let me know what you want to see going forwards. But first things first, let us have a look through our roster. So we're starting at the beginning of August, by the way, so week 1 in August. And we should have most of the people who are currently on AEW's roster. But let's have a look, see who our major stars are. So we have Chris Jericho as our major star, of course. Le Champion, who was 80s over the board, which is quite good there. His promo ability is great, of course. Yeah, he's got good pop. Happy days, but he is Chris Jericho, of course. We have our TNT champion, 70s there for Cody, who is pretty good in the ring. Don't put him on commentary, he'll be dreadful, but apart from that, he's doing pretty good. Yeah, happy with Cody. Moxley here. Yep, 80s, happy days. Kenny Omega, of course, tag team champion. Of course, is going to be absolutely amazing because he is Kenny Omega. So let's have a look at who our stars are here. So Brian Cage, who he's good. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with Brian Cage, to be honest with you. Dustin, who is kind of on the way out. He's a legend, of course. So we use him a bit, but he's not. He shouldn't really be having a major role on TV apart from putting over newer guys. So that's probably going to be where Dustin lives. So he's probably going to drop very quickly from being a star. Hangman, though, future project there. Need to get Hangman all the way up to that world title, and he is looking very good, to be honest. His mic could be a bit, talking could be a bit better, but apart from that, he's in a pretty good position there. Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy again is going to be a difficult one to book. I don't really see a place where his place is going. We'll find out. We'll see what interesting things can come out of him. The Young Bucks on a 60. JF. Look at those talking skills. He is very good at the old talking, but less so good at the old wrestling, unfortunately. He's still pretty good. He's not going to do us bad matches, it looks like. I'm going to have to say, Brody Lee, very consistent on his basic skills there. He seems like he can do good. Maybe we'll give the Dark Order a bit of a push. Nick Jackson, Pac. Yeah, don't be surprised to see a lot of Pac. Pac is the best, and he's English. And the Lucha Brothers. Okay. I'm not going to look through the rest of them right now. I'm just going to check. I'm going to have a check to see who we are missing from our roster, and I'm going to try and sign those next people over the next couple of days. And we will be back probably with our first episode of Dark, unless something interesting turns up in the meantime. So we are here on AEW Dark, and I'm going to book the show now. So Dark's going to be an interesting one. So we need to see how a lot of our guys can really do in the ring, to be honest. See whether they're worth pushing or not. So we're going to have some issues with our women. Our women's division is not particularly great, as you can probably see. We're not in a great position with a lot of these women who are just very, very low in popularity, and a lot of them who just aren't particularly good in the ring, to be honest. Not in real life. In real life, a lot of these women are better than the game gives them, I would say. So we're going to have to do some tryout matches per se to see how they do. I have also sent out some contracts to some potential new female clientele for AEW, and we'll have to see how they do. But I think what we're going to do... Oh, look at Nyla. Her stats are not good. Oh, that's very disappointing. She's not going to be in a good position for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do on Dark. We're going to have Riho go up against. Should we give? Let's give B an opportunity against Riho. It's not going to be a long match, and obviously Riho is going to win this match because I think that's the best position to be in. And obviously she is a lot more popular than B is. But let's see whether B's okay in the ring or not. I don't think she's going to be great, to be honest with you. She's not particularly going to be amazing. So I need to... Because one of the things that we're going to be doing, as they're doing in real life, it's not everything that we book is going to be based on where they are in real life. We're kind of just going to go our own way, do our own thing. Obviously, in the game, we are not in a pandemic, so I can do whatever I want. So we need to have a hype, but with Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. Maybe. There you go. Who are going to go up against... Who are tag teams? I don't really... I'm in a difficult position there, actually. Who should they go against that isn't going to be too bad? I honestly... No, I'm not going to... They're not gonna hype up the match necessarily. No, I just need to hype yourself up, dudes. Let's see. All of these things. All of these fun options. Just... Oh, it's just the... Sorry, it's been a little bit. Right, I just want to do a promo with these two, which is also going to be the opportunity for us to turn Ricky Starks heel, because he is supposed to be a heel, and in some reason he's a face. So he is going to be turning in this segment, and then we're going to have a little match with Starks and Cage on AEW tonight to see how they do together. Hopefully they have good chemistry, because I would like to use them as a pair. I have much more interest in Brian Cage when he's with Ricky Starks, to be honest with you. I like Cage, but he's just a bit bland. They can go up against the Strong Hearts, sure. Again, another team who is not really... who is just isn't there on Dynamite, so Brian Cage gets the win. Easy win for Cage. And up we go. I'm not starting any storylines yet. I'll start the storylines when we go on to Dynamite, because I don't want to book anything on Dark that's going to affect any of our storylines, to be honest. Like, this is really a proving ground, this Dark here. So one-on-one match. Who are we going to give an opportunity to show off? Let's have a look down. Darby should be good. I don't need to have Darby. Darby's going to be, like, pushed. He's going to be fine. No need to worry about Darby Allin, to be honest with you. He's going to be no issue at all. Let's see how Cassidy does. Like, I would like to use Cassidy. He's got low pop, though. Lower pop than he would in real life, to be honest. So let's see how he's going to do. Let's just put him up against... Jack Evans. Let's have him up against Jack Evans. I like TH2. But let's see... that should be quite a nice match. They would work well together in real life. Let's give Orange Cassidy the win. See how he does. Right, let's push that forwards. To be the top of the card. We're going to have a hype package. An interview backstage, in other words. Which is going to be... let's have an interesting match for our main event. For the main event of the first episode of AEW Dark. Let's have Darby. Let's have Darby in the main event. It's going to be slightly irritating for him, because it means he's going to be a bit tired for Dynamite, and I intend to use him. We'll see. He shouldn't be too bad. Well, let's have him going up against... See many people on the roster at the beginning here. I do need to get rid of some of these people. And we are working with a slight heel face dynamic. So the game will punish me if I do put him up against someone who is a babyface like he is. Oh goodness, I'm not doing very well. Right up against Wardlow. You can go up against Wardlow. Up there, and then our main event will be Darby Allin taking on Wardlow. We'll see how both of them do in that position. Yeah, Darby Allin should do a good job. I don't think how Wardlow would do too great. I doubt he has the best stats in the world, to be honest with you. And then we're going to add a pre-show match. Pre-show tag team match between it's more female. See who's actually any good. Anna Jay should be here. I need to change that, to be honest with you. Let's try out Swole, and let's try out Statlander going up against Bate and Priscilla Kelly. She actually seems better than she usually does in these saves, to be honest. Right, and I'm not going to pick a winner for that. We're just going to see what happens. Right, let's go on to the show. And so, in our first match on AEW Dark, we see that a pre-show bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Just what we want to see, and probably what we're going to continue to see with our ladies. So, Big Swole and Chris Statlander won. Chris Statlander pinning Priscilla Kelly. So, Chris had a 35, Big Swole 28, Priscilla Kelly 25, and Leva Bates 32. It's not bad. It's kind of about for what their pops are, to be honest. No real issue, but let's go on to the rest of AEW Dark. Ugh. And the perfect way to start. Oh, goodness me. So Riho defeated Bea Priestley in 18 minutes. No, 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Riho 34, Bea Priestley 21. The crowd does not want to see Bea Priestley. And they have absolutely no chemistry. So that is really not what I wanted to see there. Okay, on to the next segment. Let's see what's going on there. So this is the little heel turn we have here for Starks. We're putting in with Brian Cage. Let's see how that goes. A complete success. Happy days. 56. It's not bad, not bad. Brian Cage is only about 57 and Starks is like in the 30s probably. So a 54 for this match. And they beat the Strong Hearts with Cage pin T-Hawk. So Rick Starks 41, Cage 61. Nice start for Cage. Impressive 41 for Starks is more than I thought, to be honest. T-Hawk with a 42 and Shima with a 53. To be honest, I'm probably not going to use Shima and T-Hawk and those guys that much because they're not on TV, so I'm not really going to use them here. They have no interest. Cassidy 54, Jack Evans 55. Nice. Good start there. I would like to try and use... Jack Evans was holding back, apparently. Interesting. I'd like to use both those guys, see how they go. Darby Allin only a 48. Ooh. Interesting. I don't know whether that's Darby or Wardlow pulling that down. And I think that's the answer for you there. Darby Allin with a 74 in the main event of Dark. Wardlow with a 36. So, yeah, I think that might have been more of a Wardlow thing than a Darby Allin thing. And that leaves us with a 58 overall for this episode. Right. Let us move on to AEW Dynamite. So I'm going to try and be a bit more quicker with my booking this time. But I do have to make the storylines. So it won't be the fastest thing in the world, but I will be a bit quicker than I was then. So we're going to start off the card. Tonight we're going to have a bit of a WWE opening just because I need to get those promo skills in here. With Jon Moxley and Pac having a brawl at the start of the show for 10 minutes. So that is going to be our world title feud. It is going to be Pac versus Moxley. And that is where we're going to go for the AEW World title for All Out, which is going to be at the end of this month. And we will be keeping the Death Triangle with Pac. So obviously, in real life, Pac has not been around for a while. To very much my sadness, he is trapped in the England with me. Makes me very sad. But Moxley and Pac are going to start off the night with a brawl for Pac to assert that he wants the AEW title. And our main event is going to be Jon Moxley, who has to go and find himself a partner for the night. And let's see, who is that partner going to be? There needs to be someone big. I could put him with Hardy, but I don't think that's going to be a very good match, to be honest with you. Do I want to give Hangman that little push up the card? Potentially. Let's put Hangman up there and let's see how he does. Let's see how he hangs with Moxley in this main event versus Penta and Rey Fenix. So this is going to be a nice 19-minute match. 18 minutes, got 18. Of course, this is going to be our main event. And I'm going to have Pentagon Jr. pick up the win here, because I see some potential here for Pentagon. And actually, this could be a nice start to a Lucha Brothers versus Kenny and Hangman feud, which I have no issue with going there. I think that'd be quite a fun little storyline, to be honest. No, this won't be Steal the Show. This is going to be storytelling. Then we're going to have a distraction. It's going to be a distraction finish. Jon Moxley distracted from the outside by Pac, continuing to build up to the AEW World Title match at All Out. So actually, I'm going to go here. I'm going to take off. I'm going to remove these dudes, because they will still be part of the story, but it's all going to be a bit more intertwined. And then I'm going to add a storyline. Hangman, apologies. Hangman and Omega versus Lucha Brothers, or Lucha House Party, as I sometimes call them by mistake, which is a very bad thing for me to do. I should not do that. Kenny and Hangman. Going to be interesting to see. We also need to see. I've done saves before where Kenny and Hangman have absolutely no chemistry, which always makes things really awkward for the very beginning. I'd much rather see some chemistry here between these guys, to be honest with you. We're going to have a 6-man tag team match with Kenny, Matt Jackson. No, not Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's not going to be involved, to be honest. Nick Jackson, and they're going to be taking on the team of... So I want to use Brody, but I don't know if this is necessarily the right position to have him in. I wish we had, what's his name? Sammy Guevara. But unfortunately, because of when this game has come out, it's come out in the point where he was on suspension, as he rightly should have been. So unfortunately, we don't have Sammy for a bit. Sammy is locked away for us for a little bit of time. So we're just going to have this match here. We're going to start a little feud between the Bucks and Santana and Ortiz to see how that goes. So I feel like Ortiz and Santana should do well in this. So we're going to give Kenny the big victory here, because of course Kenny is going to be our future star, I would have to say. Well, I say future star. He already is a star, to be honest. So Kenny Omega, and actually I'm going to make this a Steal the Show match. I don't know if it'll necessarily live up to that amount, but I'm going to make it the Steal the Show match. I'm going to have an angle where we're going to have a hype up by manager, Chris Jericho, open up Ortiz and Santana as they take on Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Right, then. So I need to make that a story. Let's add that into our little storylines. Let's storyline. So IC versus Bucks. The Bucks of Youth. So let's put Santana, Ortiz, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. Revisiting the feuds in real life that they had when AEW started and had for a very long time, essentially. So I know I'd Hager into it. I don't know if I'm going to add Jericho into it, because Jericho might be better used in another storyline, to be honest with you. So far we have these 3 storylines, and I'm going to follow what they did in real life, to be honest. I'm going to do the Darby Darby and Cage. So I think that's quite a nice little storyline, to be honest. And I want to push Darby. I want to give him the opportunities to get further up the card. Ricky Starks, not Rick Knox, Ricky Starks. Allin versus Cage. So I want to give him the opportunities that he kind of deserves here. Right, so let us click off here. Leave down, if you're still here at this point in the video, just leave down in the comments whether you want to see this kind of stuff, because I find it interesting, but I know a lot of other like TEW people would just skip this, go straight to the actual match cards, you just see the results. But I thought it'd be interesting for you to see why I'm booking what I'm booking. But if it's not, just let me know, and I will change it going forwards. Right, so let me just see the roster who's not in a storyline. I know obviously this is a bit slower as well than it would be, but this is quite a slow game, to be honest. Where is it? Brain. Storyline. I cannot see storyline. Am I going crazy? Apparently I'm going crazy. I just can't read. Okay. This is this search. Is this the I can't remember. Oh no! Oh no! Not a good start. Not a good start. Right, let's just go into here and if I add to work here, because this should be the people who aren't in storylines already, so that's fine. So obviously we need to find a position for Cody, because Cody being our TNT title holder. Let's see who Cody could be going up against. He kind of needs a big hill. Actually, no, I'll do the Cody Brody thing like they're doing in real life. I think that's what I will do. Give Cody some open challenges to the Brody storyline that they're doing right now. Because I don't really want to do the Cody MJF stuff. It's already kind of done. Cool, that's fine. Let's do that. So we're going to have as storyline Cody versus Dark Order. We're going to have Cody. Brody. That says Brian. Don't want to say Brian, I want to say Brody. Where's Brody? Brody. Oh, because he's Mr. He's Mr. Brody Lee, of course he is. Evil Uno. And Doug Grayson. Start storyline, and then I'm also going to add Kip Sabian, because he is going to be our challenger for tonight for the AEW TNT Championship. That's going to be our open challenge for tonight, so we're going to have Kip versus Cody. Going to be a 15-minute match. See how Kip can do in this match. Don't know if he's necessarily going to hold his own too well. Cody's going to win. Nice and easy victory for Cody. And then post-match, we're going to have Brody Lee take out Cody. Post-match. Well, not necessarily Brody Lee, but the members of the Dark Order. We have a 3-on-1 attack. Cody, Mr. Brody Lee, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson to drop Cody after the match. I don't know what that would do, to be honest, because they don't particularly have the best pop like the other guys in that match, but we'll see. So now we're going to have Mr. Lance Archer come out, who, let me just check his stats. Yeah, just as I wanted, his brawl is really good. I need him to be a good brawler so that he can, you know, brawl with people. That's what I want from brawlers. Lance Archer is going to come out, and he is going to absolutely decimate Dustin Rhodes right now. Lance Archer, who is going to win in this wild brawl, and he is going to dominate Dustin Rhodes here. I want to see if we can push Lance higher in the card, be that big monster that eventually a baby face can defeat. And Dustin is the perfect man to be used for these kind of matches, to be honest. He is not particularly anything. He's here to help us put over the new guys. Not that Lance is a new guy, but Lance is here to help us put over new guys as well. So, there you go. Lance Archer, open challenge. And then Dustin is going to answer it, and Dustin is going to be destroyed. So, we're also going to need to start a women's feud for our AEW women's title. So let's have a look. Who is going to be in a good position? Who out of our heels is like going to be okay for this? Honestly, no one. So we're going to hold off for now. We are going to have a match on the card. We're going to have Hikaru Shida have a match, but we're not going to start a storyline yet for her. We're going to hold off until we get some of our new talents in on board, because I don't really, like, honestly, we have some issues. We have a lot of issues with our women's division right now. Let's give Priscilla. Priscilla did all right on Dark. It's just going to be a quick match. It's not going to be much, and I know this is still me not fixing what's in real life. But it's a bit of an issue when you don't have any women with any decent popularity on your card, to be honest with you. So that's going to be there. And then I have one more segment, so I'm going to put, so let's see who, so I haven't really done much. I've done a bit of tag team stuff. Let's see. So let's see out of these guys who is kind of left that should be on the card tonight. The Revival, I should probably give the Revival, see what they can do. Is Darby not? Oh, he is. He's there. I just didn't see him. I was going to get very upset then. So, okay. Oh, MJF as well. Not Sean Spears. What I'm going to do, I think, is do Darby. I want to give Darby another win, I think. Even though I did have him debut on Dark, so it doesn't necessarily matter that much if Darby doesn't get the win. I think. This is the issues here. This is the issues that you're going to hear me go through. Let's do Spears. Let's give Spears a go. See how he does. He's not looking great, but Darby should be able to bring him up to a good match. That'll be our first match of the night. Darby Allin here, managing to pick up the win over Mr. Sean Spears. And Sean Spears will have more things coming from him in the future, I promise you. Actually, no, I'm kind of happy with Cody and Kit being the first match of the card, so I'm going to put this. I'm going to whack this. I'm going to put it after the attack. I'm just going to have that one there. And then post-match, I will have Darby Allin is going to come out. I'm going to just see how his promo ability is. So obviously in real life, I think it's good. I think it's a good promo personally. Have a little promo afterwards. Right. We're going to have we're going to have some pre-show matches. Not an angle. I don't want an angle. Yeah. Who wants an angle on the pre-show? So we're going to have a big 5-on-5 in this pre-show, just to kind of see how some of the guys are doing, to be honest with you. So we're going to do Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt. They are classified as faces, aren't they? Yeah. We're going to team up with Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, who I know they turn heel in real life, but in the game they are still faces. So that's what they're going to be against Alex Reynolds, John Silver, The Blade, The Butcher, not the Bunny, never the Bunny, The Butcher, and who else should I whack into this match? And 10. We'll give 10 a go. See how 10's doing. 10 away from his Dark Order brothers there. Oh no, because Reynolds and Silver in the match. I apologise to him. Right, and that's going to be on the pre-show because no one wants to see that, to be honest with you. It's a bit of a mess. Right, and let's do the show and see how it goes. So for our pre-show match here, of course, the babyfaces picked up the big victory when Dax Harwood submitted John Silver. Good start there for FTR. And let's see how they did in the ring. So the FTR did great, 61-60. Really great start there. Marco 46, Luchasaurus 38, Jungle Boy 40. Not great, but it's around where their pop is. It's entertaining that Marco's the best of them though. 10 with a 39, the Butcher with 39, the Blade 51 though, that is good. Perhaps I should find a role for the Blade in this world, because he's not really going to do that well with the Butcher, to be honest. And then Silver and Reynolds 30s, not great, but they also have no pop. So, and great, good start to Dynamite, an 89 rating for our first segment, where Jon Moxley comes out, cuts a promo about how he is the AEW champion and he is looking for competition. And then, out from the crowd, copying Jon Moxley's entrance, comes Pac, cutting a promo on Moxley back, telling him how Pac has defeated Moxley in the past and Pac will do it again. He and his Death Triangle compadres, as the actual word is, will beat Jon Moxley and they will take the title from around his waist. And then Pac jumps Jon Moxley and they get into a brawl, and a match has been set up for later tonight. Jon Moxley and a mystery partner versus the Lucha Brothers. Yes, thank you. And then we have the open challenge for the AEW TNT title. We have Kip Sabian taking on Cody. Of course, Kip Sabian does unfortunately lose this match, but he does good pop there. Good pop. Good in-ring performance, a 54 there from Kip, which is really good. So I think he's probably about a 40-35 in his actual popularity. So that's very impressive from Kip. I would like to use Kip some more. Cody 71 though. Of course, carrying the match and bringing it up to a 70. And they have great chemistry, which is also a great boost there. Good start, good start. And now let's see how this lands. 61, okay. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So Cody celebrating his victory over Kip Sabian. And then out from the crowd, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson jumping, beating Cody down to the mat. And then from the entranceway, down comes Mr. Brody Lee, walking into the ring. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson hold up Cody, and Evil Uno, Mr. Brody Lee goes for that discus clothesline on Cody, leaving on the mat, and they walk away. And then in our next segment, we have Darby Allin taking on Shawn Spears. Darby Allin with a 77 in-ring performance. Darby is so good. And this is his second victory here. Shawn Spears getting a debut, getting a 52, which is kind of what I expected, a bit less than what his pop is. But hopefully we have some ideas for Shawn Spears in the future. Be interesting to see where he goes here. And a 75 promo from Darby. Nice. Very happy with that. Very happy that Darby is able to talk. 72, Chris Jericho helping out these guys with an interview, hyping up Proud and Powerful, taking on the Bucks tonight. Of course, it's also going to be Hager with them, so it's a 6-man tag. Kenny and the Young Bucks versus the Inner Circle. Chris Jericho just saying about how Santana and Ortiz are going to destroy the Young Bucks. And then we have the match itself. Got 80, very nice. Kenny Omega hitting the one-winged angel on Jake Hager. Nick Jackson with an 83, Matt with a 73. Kenny Omega, of course, man of the match, 86 performance. But really good for Santana and Ortiz and Hager as well, actually. That's some really good performance for all of them. 66, 67, and 69 for Hager. I'm very impressed. Yeah. Good start. And then we have the women's match for the night. Hikaru Shida taking on Priscilla Kelly. Shida wins, 44 performance, which is a bit better than our pop. Priscilla doing alright, and they have good chemistry, which is nice. 41. It could have been a lot worse, let's be honest. It could have been a lot worse. Then we have an angle featuring Lance Archer. Lance Archer comes down to the ring, stands in the middle of this ring and tells everyone that they are scared of the Murder Hawk. Everyone is scared of the Murder Hawk, and they should be. They should all run for the hills before he snaps them. But if anyone is brave enough to come down to the ring to do it, now. So Lance Archer making an open challenge tonight for any member of the roster to face him. And Lance Archer did good with a 66. Did well off script. I'm glad I didn't put Hager out there. I didn't put Roberts out there. So I'm glad to see that Lance was able to carry it on his own. And let's see how the match goes. Dustin Rhodes decides to answer this match but Lance Archer absolutely dominates him, defeating him in 7 minutes and 54 seconds after a blackout. Lance Archer with a 63 and Dustin Rhodes with a 56. Did a good job in that match, only a 60 overall. I'm happy with that, no issues there. Lance Archer moves forwards. And now we have our main event of the night, Jon Moxley versus and Hangman Page, his mystery opponent, taking on the Lucha Brothers. But Pentagon Jr., hey, that's not what I asked for to be the finish game. Pentagon Jr. pinned Hangman by using underhook tactics, apparently. But what actually happened, unless I pressed the wrong buttons, was supposed to be that Pac has come out and distracts Jon Moxley, allowing for Pentagon Jr. to pick up the victory over Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Page, 68. It's not bad, it's better than his pop, so I'm always happy with that. Jon Moxley with a 50. That would be very bad. With an 83. Always good to see. Phoenix and Pentagon, 73-74. Starting off the storylines, they have excellent chemistry teaming together. Happy days, and that is the end of the show. Let's see what we got tonight. 81 rating for the show. Very nice to see. Very nice to see. So let's have a look here, see how we did. Nothing particularly interesting in the news right now. But let's see how NXT did as we finish this episode. So their main event, Finn Balor defeating Velveteen Dream, Tommaso Ciampa and Cameron Grimes. I can imagine that being a good match. Johnny Gargano and Killian Dane defeating Loomis and Kushida. Priest and Dunn defeating the Undisputed Era. Mia Yim defeating Dakota Kai. Of course, Triple H doing a little interview. He has to get himself on TV. Seems like a good show there from NXT, getting a 74 overall. And they got a rating of 700. It did. 717,000 viewers. Let's see what our viewership was for AEW Dynamite. We got a 736,000 views. So, happy days there. I'm not going to complain about that one at all. AEW picking up victory #1 over NXT. And let's see who our contracts are. So there you go. Ivelisse, Tainara Conti, both coming in as they are in AEW currently. And we are giving a go to Thunder Rosa. We're going to see how she does. Give her a try. I'm actually just on a handshake deal. And we'll see how that goes. And then a bit of a spoiler there for who else we're looking at bringing in. But that will be all for this week's episode of TEW AEW. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe, give us a like and leave a comment about what you want to see. And we will see you next time.